Stop with here, and today I want to talk about the corruption in the IGN rating, and it's just utter insanity. We truly live in the darkest timeline, where you got Path of Exile 2 with just an 8 out of 10 in comparison to like D4 with a 9 out of 10, we're gonna explain that later, and Concord with a 7 out of 10, and Dragon Age Veilguard with a 9 out of 10. Do you see the problem here? Like, this is just utter insanity. Here we got the reviews like 9.9, 7.7, 6.3 and 4.8 on Concord. Not surprising at all, because that game just shut down and it's like a huge financial disaster. And yeah, it still got a 7 out of 10, which is just 1 point behind Path of Exile. And then we got Dragon Age the Veilguard, which is also a huge disaster. People complain about that shit. It was also a financial disaster, and yeah, they're just stupid, like slop. And it got a 9 out of 10 just because of corruption, because people got paid, and that's it. And now the comparison between D4 and PoE2, which is like the important thing right here in the room. I want to talk about that. Like PoE2, I must say, feels much more like a true successor to Diablo 2, which was the peak of ARPGs back in the day. And D4 more feels like a casual ARPG, which has like inspirations of Diablo in it, even though it is in that world and has like lore elements in it. But it doesn't feel like that at all, and that's a huge problem. In PoE2, you got still early access bugs, like which I can understand completely, and I would have understood this rating much more if we got like a 5 out of 10 Diablo 4 and a 2 out of 10 Dragon Age the Veilguard and a like 0 or 1 out of 10 in Concord. Like this is just typical IGN rating, and I must say that you should never trust this company like this evil behind all of it, which is probably Sweet Baby Inc. I don't know if they influenced IGN at all, or if they just like in the midst between the gaming companies themselves, which are like crumbling and falling apart because they can't they aren't financially stable anymore, and this is just insanity. Is there more to it? A Path of Exile, just from a feeling, I played a few hours, and from the feeling alone, feels so much more like a true successor to D2, and I love D2. I even played Diablo 3, which yeah, kinda didn't really feel like Diablo at all, but it was still a fun ARPG with decent endgame. Like, it was fun in an arcadey way, like in a collecting those cosmic rings way, where it was really a nice grind, man. Doing that shit all over again. I'm not gonna do that. But D4 in itself, it feels a bit soulless. Like it doesn't have that heart. The UI feels like it was taken out of a library of like pictures where you just put it in and man, yeah, that's just it. And PoE2 feels so handcrafted. Like that's the most important thing. When you start playing a game, how does it feel? How does it function? How does it look like? It's not all about just the looks. Like Dragon Age the Veilguard, for example, it looks incredible. D4 looks incredible. Concord looks incredible and also runs well. That's the thing. It's just so horrendous in the way it was made, because it was just a completely stereotypical 5v5 shooter, or like, I don't know, like a basic hero shooter, which like has no personality to it. And this is why we can cancel that shit out. This is why we cancel Dragon Age the Veilguard out. We don't care about that. And now we got D4 and PoE2. Like these are the two ARPGs, yeah. And I must say, D4 is okay, man. If you're just the average Joe, just want to play a bit of D4 when it's on sale, you can play it. But it has no elements to it. Like the map itself, yeah, they say, yeah, this huge open world map is incredible and shit, but an ARPG is not in my opinion, it should be like multiple instances in a world. It shouldn't be just a completely open world. It just doesn't go well with ARPGs, in my opinion. And yeah, soulless aspect, just garbage, man. Doesn't even have proper endgame. Like they've come out with a new expansion with D4, the jungle one, the new class, and that was also boring. Yeah, I can see the effort they've put in the new class, but it was just like graphical effort. It looked great, it was well done, but that was it. We got no new really game-changing things which really could have upped the D4 game much more. It didn't. And now D4 is like basically dead and no one cares about that. Meanwhile, we got PoE 2. It's still in its like beginning phase. Let's see how it develops when early access is over and a new hype wave will begin. But after that, after 1 to 2 months, it's obviously gonna die down and it will stabilize. And that stable number, the population of that game, which it needs to contain with updates and new classes, new shit. This is a true measurement of if a game is truly successful, in my opinion. A multiplayer game, I mean. Like, it's completely different if you compare numbers like this to some random single player game, which is also quite nice, but doesn't have like that much amount of players, which is completely irrelevant. It doesn't have anything to do with this thematic. The thing between those two games is that D4 is like completely dead, in my opinion. PoE will be like the standalone ARPG in this entire scene, and no one will ever trump it except D5. If they're gonna completely flip the company of Blizzard around and do some amazing shit again, I would join back and be a proud D4 player, a D5 player, I guess. But yeah, currently Exile is just, for me, the king. The classes, the skill system, they've simplified it and made it more player friendly, new player friendly, in my opinion. Like back in the day when I played PoE 1, I played Harvest, the vault breaking thing, and the OG first season of PoE 1, I can't remember it, but you needed to have guides from the internet to skill properly, or you would be like really fucked up. And now you can just respec with gold, and that's amazing. And yeah, what can I talk about? It's like completely useless shit. Like, who cares about the IGN rating? You should never look at the IGN rating. Look at multiple sources on YouTube specifically and test it out for yourself. Yes. But yeah, that costs money, and that's the huge problem we have right now, because all of these reviewers are like so deceiving, and the innocent will just buy the slop they give out, and yeah, that's it. It's just everything I just wanted to talk about right now about the ARPG scene and the IGN. Just random rambling, but yeah, I guess that's it, and I hope you're going to watch more videos of mine, because I'm starting out again. And yeah, I really appreciate the support behind all of people commenting, giving a like, and just watching it completely. It's like insane, man. I'm just a small YouTuber. But yeah, I guess that's it. I guess see you next time. Wafer.